What if the universe you trust has never actually existed?
Not in the way you think, not in the way you were taught, not even in the way your own senses insist it does. Pause for a second. Look around you. The room feels solid. The floor feels real. Your body feels unquestionably there. But physics says something deeply unsettling. Almost everything you believe to be real is mostly empty space. So what exactly are we living in, and why does it feel so convincing?
For centuries, humans believed the universe was stable, predictable, and complete. Stars moved in neat paths, time flowed forward like a river. Reality felt dependable.
Then, in the early 20th century, something broke. Not a planet, not a star, reality itself. When scientists looked deeper, past atoms, past molecules, they found no solid core. They found probability, vibrations, fields, uncertainty. An atom, once imagined as a tiny solar system, turned out to be nearly all emptiness. If you removed that empty space, every human on Earth could fit inside a sugar cube. Let that sink in.
You are not made of solid matter. You are made of structured nothingness. So here's the first uncomfortable question. If everything is mostly empty, why does anything feel real at all? The answer is not comfort. It is interaction. Your hand doesn't touch the table. The electromagnetic fields of your atoms repel the fields of the table's atoms. No contact, no solidity.
Just force pretending to be substance. Reality isn't what exists, it's what interacts. And that realization frightened even the scientists who discovered it. Then came quantum mechanics, and with it, a far more disturbing idea. Particles don't exist in one place until they are observed. Before that, they exist as probabilities, ghosts of possibility. This isn't philosophy. This has been experimentally verified again and again and again. So ask yourself, if the universe behaves differently when observed, what does that say about reality when no one is watching? Is the universe unfinished without us? Or are we unfinished without it? For a while, physicists hoped this uncertainty was temporary, that a deeper, hidden layer would restore order. A real universe beneath the strange one. They searched for it, decade after decade. They searched for a perfect universe, fully predictable, fully deterministic, fully understandable, a universe that made sense. But every experiment said the same thing. That universe does not exist. Instead, they found randomness built into the fabric of reality. Not because we lack knowledge, but because randomness is fundamental. Einstein famously resisted this. God does not play dice, he said. The universe replied, yes, it does, and it always has. This is where fear creeps in, because if reality has no fixed foundation, if cause and effect aren't guaranteed, if certainty is an illusion,
then what about everything else we trust? Time, identity, meaning. Are they also constructs?
Here's a question that quietly unsettles many physicists. Is the universe described by mathematics or created by it? Because the deeper we go, the more reality looks like equations, not objects.
Space bends. Time stretches. Particles behave like waves. Energy turns into matter, then back again. Nothing stays what it seems.
Even time itself, once thought to be absolute, collapsed under scrutiny. According to relativity, there is no universal now. Your present is not the same as someone else's. Past and future depend on motion, which leads to a disturbing possibility. All moments may exist simultaneously, not flowing, not passing, just there. So ask yourself, if the future already exists, what does choice mean? And if the past still exists, why does it feel gone?
At this point, many people feel something heavy, a quiet dread, because the universe no longer feels like a home. It feels like a system that doesn't care. No center, no purpose, no guarantees, just laws, cold, impersonal.
And humans, fragile observers, trying to extract meaning from chaos. But this is only half the story, and this is where most explanations stop.
Because here's the part that rarely gets discussed. Despite all this uncertainty, the universe is not hostile. It is indifferent, and indifference is not the same as meaninglessness. In fact, it may be the very thing that gives meaning room to exist. Before we go further, consider this. The universe did not promise you safety. It did not promise you clarity. It did not promise you truth served whole. Yet somehow, consciousness emerged. Awareness arose from particles that don't even know where they are. And you are here, asking questions the universe itself cannot answer. So the question shifts.
Not why doesn't the universe make sense, but why do we expect it to?
We may be searching for a universe that doesn't exist, a universe that explains itself, a universe that justifies us, a universe that tells us what matters.
But what if the real universe never needed to? What if meaning was never out there, but waiting to be constructed within the uncertainty? The fear doesn't vanish all at once. It lingers. Because once you accept that the universe has no built-in script, another question rises, quiet, sharp, unavoidable. If reality isn't designed for us, why do we feel such a strong need to belong in it? This question has haunted scientists just as much as philosophers. Let's return to something real, measurable, proven. In 1977, NASA launched two small machines, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. They carried golden records, sounds of Earth, music, human voices, greetings in dozens of languages. A message to the universe. Not because we expected an answer, but because we couldn't resist asking. Those probes are now beyond the edge of our solar system, drifting through interstellar space. They will likely outlive humanity itself. Think about that. Civilizations collapse, species vanish, planets change. But two fragile objects, built by curious minds, continue moving outward, silently declaring, "We were here." Why do that in a universe that doesn't care? Because caring is not something the universe gives. It's something consciousness does. And consciousness is the strangest thing we've ever discovered. From a scientific perspective, consciousness should not exist at all. Neurons fire, chemicals flow, electrical signals pass. None of that explains experience, pain, love, fear, wonder. No equation predicts the feeling of staring at the night sky and sensing both insignificance and awe at the same time. So here's a question scientists still cannot answer. Why does the universe allow itself to be aware? Because awareness is costly, fragile, rare, and yet, here it is. Some physicists suggest something radical, that consciousness isn't an accident within the universe, but a fundamental aspect of it. Not mystical, not spiritual. Just another property, like mass or charge. Still debated, still controversial, but unsettling. Because if consciousness is fundamental, then the universe isn't incomplete. It's participatory. Reality doesn't fully exist until it is experienced. This idea becomes even stranger when you consider this. Every atom in your body was forged inside stars. Not metaphorically, literally. Hydrogen came from the Big Bang. Everything heavier, carbon, oxygen, iron, was created in stellar explosions.
You are not in the universe. You are the universe, briefly arranged into a question-asking form. So ask yourself, can something be meaningless if it produces meaning seekers?
At this point, the fear begins to change shape. It stops being about emptiness and starts becoming about responsibility.
Because if the universe doesn't assign meaning, then nothing prevents us from creating it. And that is terrifying in a different way.
There is no cosmic judge, no universal instruction manual, no final narrator explaining the plot, which means cruelty isn't forbidden by physics. But neither is kindness. Both are equally allowed. And that makes choice matter more, not less.
Here's something deeply uncomfortable. The universe does not stop us from destroying ourselves.
Climate, weapons, technology. The laws of physics don't intervene.
So the real danger was never a meaningless universe. The danger is what conscious beings do when they realize no one is watching.
Yet history gives us another side of the story. Despite everything, wars, collapse, extinction, chaos, humans keep doing something strange.
They tell stories, they create art, they protect strangers, they search for truth even when it hurts. Why?
Because meaning, once created, becomes real in its consequences. A promise isn't a physical object, but it can change the future. Justice isn't a particle, but it can reshape societies. Love isn't measurable, but it alters behavior, biology, and history. Meaning doesn't need cosmic permission. It only needs participants.
So maybe we were wrong about the search. Maybe we weren't searching for a universe that doesn't exist. Maybe we were searching for certainty, because certainty feels safe. But growth doesn't happen in certainty. It happens in uncertainty.
The universe is not broken because it doesn't explain itself. It's open. Open enough for stars to form. Open enough for life to emerge. Open enough for minds to question their own existence. That openness is not emptiness. It's possibility.
So the fear fades, not because the universe suddenly cares, but because we realize something crucial. Meaning was never missing. It was waiting to be made.
You don't live in a scripted reality. You live in a universe that allows choice, creativity, and consequence. And that makes your actions heavier than destiny ever could. If this story made you uncomfortable, if it made you question what real actually means, then stay with us. This is MindBurst Universe, and the next story may change how you see everything you thought was solid.